So anyway, this is my new show, and I'm calling it Opinions of an SOB. And it is just how it sounds. I, an opinionated SOB, give my opinion on today's topics and what's in the news. And what a better topic could I ask for this new show of mine, where I give my opinions on stuff, than Ben Affleck as the new Batman. Now, for those of you who have been watching the news, they announced this year that the follow-up to Man of Steel, the Superman movie that came out this year, is going to be Superman versus Batman. Just how it sounds. You're going to have Superman and Batman in the same movie, which is something comic book nerds have been looking forward to for years, decades. Down the same lines of people wanting to see Aliens versus Predators. They wanted to see Freddy Krueger take on Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. They wanted to see King Kong take on Godzilla. And this is it. This is the live-action movie where you're going to see Batman and Superman together. And everyone was super excited, stoked, just euphoric. And then they find out that Ben Affleck is going to be playing Batman in those movies, and that's when the shit hit the fan. Everyone's gotten livid about how they don't want to see Ben Affleck playing Batman. They think he's going to fuck it up, just like George Clooney fucked up, Batman and Batman and Robin's that god-awful movie. So now I'm going to give my opinions on it. One of the first things that comes up was, why didn't they cast Christian Bale as Batman again? And my opinion is this. I love the Christian Bale, Christopher Nolan Batman series of movies. The three of them I see as a trilogy. Problem is, in that storyline, you don't have room for another follow-up. They wrapped that up pretty nicely in Batman, the third one, Dark Knight Rises, where Batman is burned out. Physically, he can't take being Batman anymore. So he either fakes his own death, not only as Batman, but as Bruce Wayne too, or he actually died. So you're not going to see Batman come back because he's, hiding in Europe where no one knows who Bruce Wayne is. And he's, hanging out with Catwoman. I don't think I'd go back to a life of merciless crime fighting if I was screwing Anne Hathaway. No, I don't think I'd do that. But like I said, he's burned out. He's not going to come back. It is somewhat plausible to assume that Batman would return for something like Superman, because Superman in that movie, he takes on General Zod, spoiler alert, and they just basically demolish half of Metropolis. So I could see him being like, there's a godlike alien flying around, and no man could stand up to him. But I'm no man. I'm the Batman. But even then, you gotta think, with that trilogy, there was no mention of Superman or Clark Kent or even Metropolis. There's nothing to suggest that that in that universe with Batman that there is Superman is in it. You could argue, Superman was hiding all those years from Man of Steel, but still, I don't see that. It seemed very forced to me that you would take the Christian Bale, Christopher Nolan Batman and suddenly put him in the same universe with the Zack Snyder Superman character universe. That it would seem forced. You need a new Batman, is what I'm saying. So people, they're like, well, we want him basically be the same as the Christopher Nolan Christian Bale Batman. He's going to be dark and gritty when he's Batman, and as Bruce Wayne, he's going to be just conflicted and heart-torn. And my question is why? Why do you need to see that in Batman again? Why do you need a dark and conflicted Bruce Wayne, for one thing? Let's look at another Batman, Adam West, the Sean Connery of Batman. What do you remember about his performance as Bruce Wayne? Not as Batman, not as him hanging around with Robin, doing the repellent thing, with throwing the batarang, and getting, encased in giant snow cones, driving the Batmobile. That's him playing Batman, which I think we all agree he's the Sean Connery Batman. There were some people who played Batman before him, but no one cared until Adam West put on the tights and cape and played Batman. And all of a sudden, Batman is something you can make movies out of, TV. Batman was someone when Adam West started playing. Sean Connery, a Batman. And like I said, what do you remember about his performance as Bruce Wayne? Nothing. Bruce Wayne was nothing in that TV series. He's just, they needed him to have a secret identity. It was from the comics. He's Bruce Wayne. He's a playboy. Not even a playboy yet. He was just a really rich guy. And that's all Bruce Wayne was in that. They didn't have this, my parents were murdered and I don't know if I can be Batman. Who's the real person behind the mask? Melodramatic bullshit. It was just Bruce Wayne. They occasionally do establishing shots of the mansion. Him and whatever Dick Grayson's character. They're hanging out there. They somehow find out about some crime he committed, go down the polls, become Batman and Robin. And that's what you came to see. And then you didn't watch that show to see Batman as Bruce Wayne and what he was doing. You went to see Batman. And that's what I think they could do with this new Superman versus Batman movie, is focus more on just him being Batman and not worry about the whole Bruce Wayne aspect of it. And I think it would work better that way, because with Man of Steel, you already see that Superman, and that one is conflicted because his entire race has been wiped out, including his parents, which he didn't even know them. Didn't know nothing about Krypton. The one Krypton people he meets try to kill him and the world. And then he's got the whole backstory with his stepfather, Kevin Costner's, was it Jonathan Kent? I'm a Marvel man for one thing. But anyway, with that, the conflicting thing was there, how he was raised and how he, had to hide his abilities. So he's got a lot of issues, right? Essentially, he's the whiny one. He'll be the whiny one, and Batman could be the cool one. And when we're, talking about new Batman, so is Ben Affleck going to be that new Batman? The new cool, not murdered Batman type? I don't know. I think when you look at his performance, there's only one that really matters. People are going to make the judgments about whether or not he should be able to play Batman. It's not Gigi, and it's not Good Will Hunting, and it's not Argo. It's Daredevil, where he played another superhero. And that movie was, everyone thought it was a piece of shit. And my thing is, I don't think his performance in Daredevil was that bad. Basically, he was playing a shitty superhero to begin with. He was playing Daredevil. Seriously, why did they think that was going to work? They came off as, I guess, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. That made millions of dollars. Say, we should make more superhero movies, with the Marvel superheroes. And they just randomly selected Daredevil. They didn't think about it because, Daredevil is not Spider-Man. They did not have balloons of Daredevil at the Macy's parade. They did not have years of animated cartoons of, Daredevil. He doesn't have his own theme music. There's no, there goes Daredevil man. He's got all the powers of a devil. No, he was a pretty obscure comic book character for years until Frank Miller got involved and turned him dark and gritty like Batman. And there's the thing. Ben Affleck has essentially played Batman by playing Daredevil. He's this dark, mysterious character, superhero-wise, and the character he was playing was conflicted and torn apart about how he was trying, to screw this electric chick who he fell in love with, and she liked him as Matt Murdock, but she wanted to kill Daredevil. So he's played a Batman-like character before. So I would say to the people who are pissed off, go back and objectively look at Daredevil before you decide that Ben Affleck cannot play Daredevil. That's what I'm going to do. And like I said, yeah, it's a shitty movie because it was based on a shitty character. Daredevil, why? And like I said, we'll see if Ben Affleck can pull off Batman.